Alright there guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be doing a review of Code Ment. Now some of you are probably thinking from the old days of this channel, hang on a minute, you already have done a Code Ment review. And you'd be right, I have done a Code Ment review in the past. However, the way I did it was I didn't understand properly how to cover things and what to talk about. So for the 6 minutes the video was or something like that, it wasn't very coherent what I was trying to get across. So this is the Code Ment review remake. That's right, I'm remaking my review for it. I won't be doing this for don't think I'll be doing this for anything else. But I thought this show, Code Ment, deserves a remake review. So, let us get into my review of Code Ment. So for those of you who don't actually know what it is, Code Ment is the abridged Code Geass. Of course, the three godfathers of anime abridged anime are Dragon Ball Z Abridged by Team 4-Star, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged Series by Little Karibo, and Sword Art Online Abridged by Some Witty Entertainment. Those three are the big three in terms of abridged anime. These are the three most famous ones that pretty much all anime fans know about. But yeah, Code Ment just doesn't quite make it in that bracket, which is a bit sad because it's actually incredible how well it's made. Because the show is made by one person. Like every single voice in the entire series, apart from one, is done by the creator. He voices every single character, every male character, and every female character apart from one, and that's CC. Someone else does an actual woman does her voice, but every other character is voiced by the creator. And this guy, he's so incredible in how he manages to make every single voice sound different. Every character sounds different, and they're all done by one person. Like, if you've heard Lelouch's voice in Code Ment, and then Suzaku's voice, they don't sound anything alike. Although the only two characters where their voices do sound alike are Rivel and Suzaku. Because I guess he couldn't come up with a unique voice for everybody. Code Ment shines in how it's probably the least well edited out of that and the other three abridged shows I already mentioned. But considering it's done by just one person, it's so good. The jokes that are put into the show are hilarious. The fact that in the actual show of Code Geass, Lelouch and Rivel are best friends, but in Code Ment, Lelouch hates Rivel. That's something you can only do in an abridged series. And how Suzaku in the actual show isn't actually extremely stupid, but in Code Ment, he is really stupid. Like some of my favourite jokes in Code Ment are, take a seat, but don't sit down. It's just great because it doesn't make sense. But even in context, it still doesn't make sense. Like, okay, how are we supposed to take a seat if we can't sit down? Because that's just how Lelouch works. Or the soup one. Come on, we all remember the soup one. Hell, the soup joke is literally the thumbnail of the first review of this I did. It's like, how do you come up with something like that? Whatever Suzaku was actually doing definitely was nothing had nothing to do with soup. But Suzaku is trying to buy clothes at the soup store. How do you come up with something like that? And make it fit, even though it makes no sense for the context of Code Ment. It does. It just works. Or how there's a running joke that Lelouch and Suzaku make fun of Natalie because she's blind. Probably wouldn't be able to get away with making jokes like that if he made Code Ment now. But back then in 2010, he could get away with it. I mean, you might have seen some of the Code Ment memes where Lelouch says to Natalie, "Silly cripple, stairs are for people." Like, you would not get away with making that joke in a series now. And that's mainly because of all the snowflakes around that don't like comedy. Or when Suzaku comes into a room and says to Natalie, "Hey Natalie, you still blind and shit?" Like, they really love using the joke of, "Hey, Natalie's blind, so let's bully her for it," even though in the actual show, that doesn't happen. I mean, hell, the first episode has some of the best jokes in the series, where Lelouch asks a bunch of men aiming guns at him, "What do you guys think of CSI?" And they all say, "Oh yeah, I like CSI." And then he says, "Miami." And they all shoot themselves in the head. Obviously, in the actual show, Lelouch was using the new powers he'd just gained from CC. But of course, we need to find a way to make that funny. So that's where he came from. Something Code Ment really has over the other three big abridged series that I've mentioned is, would Dragon Ball Z Abridged be as good if it was made by just one person? Probably not, because DBZ Abridged had more than 3 people working on it from the get-go. It had Kaiser, Lani, and Taka all writing it. It had Masako X in there as Goku and Gohan already. Sword Art Online Abridged has a lot of people working for it, and their episodes take a long time to get released. And I'm not quite sure about Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series. The only person I'm aware that works on it is, of course, its creator, Little Karibo, but I'm not sure about if anyone else works on it. But yeah, if you guys don't actually know where to find Code Ment, it's on a YouTube channel called Purple Eyes WTF. That's where you will find all 16 episodes of Code Ment. But it has been about 6 years since the last episode of Code Ment was released. And the series, of course, has gone on way longer than what Code Ment has shown. One scene that I'd always want to see in Code Ment is the scene where Suzaku kills Lelouch. Like, how would they do that in Code Ment? How would they make that funny? Because you know there'd be a way. So yeah, the Purple Eyes WTF, whatever the guy's actual name is, he does an incredible job with Code Ment. and he shows that if you have the determination to do something almost only by yourself, you do all the voices, you do the lip flaps, you edit the video, you edit the episodes into how you want. Maybe get one other person to do one voice to help a little bit, and you can make a successful and funny abridged series. And the thing is, the jokes are unique in Code Ment. You won't see these types of jokes in any other abridged series. Like, you won't see the type of jokes that are in Code Ment in DBZA. Now, obviously, they're very different shows, so you could use that as the example of why. Such as, a woman goes into it. One of the girls at Lelouch's school goes into a hotel, and one of the hotel staff says to her, "Oh, do we have something inscribed for an N crazy psycho bitch? Is that you? No? Oh, because we have someone under that name of N crazy psycho bitch." By no, I mean yes. Bearing in mind, like I said earlier, all of the female voices except for one are done by the creator. Yes, every single female is voiced by a guy in Code Ment, which no other abridged series does that. Although pretty much every single female character that is voiced by him sounds like this. "Oh, look at that hunk of man meat. I bet he's staring at me right now." All the female characters sound exactly like that in Code Ment. But if you guys have been hoping to see have been wanting to watch a new abridged series that you haven't seen before, and you haven't watched Code Ment before, you really should. It's incredible. It's so funny. They even used "You Spin Me Right Round Baby" before copyright would come to screw people over if they tried to use that song now. That's the one thing about these old abridged shows. Copyrighted music wasn't really a thing on YouTube yet. So you could get away with using all sorts of music without without getting copyright claimed or striked for it. But yeah, that is my review of Code Ment, aka Code Geass abridged. A very funny anime abridged series. Only goes on for 16 episodes. Has some amazing jokes that would only work in the world of Code Ment. Has probably the most memed anime abridged joke of all time with the soup store. Changes the relationships of characters from the actual show to this, such as Rivel and Lelouch and Rivel, best friends. In Code Ment, Lelouch, if he gets a chance to snap and kill Rivel, he will. Yeah, that is going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please be sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. Tell me what you guys think of Code Ment if you've watched it just like I have. And the main thing about Code Ment is I don't want to watch the actual original Code Geass, because I want my only experience of that world to be through Code Ment. I don't want to watch the original mainly because of that. I don't know if you guys are like that, but I am. But until next time, catch you later.